As many of you know, I'm probably the most anti-vax lawyer. In fact, I was probably known as the anti-vax lawyer before I became known as the carnivore lawyer, and there's good reasons why. It's because I have firsthand knowledge of the dangers of pharmaceuticals, and vaccines are the worst. But let me ask you one question. Would you expect the most anti-vax lawyer like myself to tell you that you and I would not be here today if it wasn't for the smallpox vaccine of 1777? And that is correct. The war just didn't end in 1776. In fact, Britain viewed the Declaration of Independence as an act of rebellion, and they wanted to regain control. So the war continued to the following year and even beyond that. So what most people do not realize is most people were not dying from the battle itself. They were actually dying from smallpox. In fact, George Washington even made a statement that said smallpox was more to dread than from the sword of the enemy itself. 30% of all the soldiers were actually dying from smallpox, not the battle. So in response, in 1777, Washington ordered his troops to be inoculated with the smallpox virus, which was a risky but necessary measure for a lot of different reasons. Inoculation is introducing a live, active form of a virus into the body to counteract the virus itself, to beat off the infection, and it's a way of actually herd immunity, which you've heard more than once in the last 5 to 10 years. But the vaccines are typically very weak or inactive or dead form of the virus introduced in the body to try to fight off infections. But the vaccines today are the worst, and there's a lot of reasons why. So vaccines today, not only do you have to worry about a lot of the dangerous chemicals they put in, you have to worry about a lot of the dangerous toxic metals. Also, you have to worry about these spike proteins, which are the most damaging to all of us humans. So the spike proteins are causing a lot of people heart failure, and this has been seen left and right. In fact, in a 2023 study in the Nature Cardiovascular Research Journal, the researchers found that the circulating spike proteins contribute to myocarditis directly after the COVID-19 vaccination. But here's the biggest concern. Who is promoting this crap? Soy boobs Billy Gates, with no medical degree whatsoever. In fact, he's only known for generating computer viruses. And he has profited the most from these dangerous vaccines that are not only harming thousands of people around the world, but killing thousands of people around the world. And I've been asked to keep my mouth shut, but guess what? We're going to expose more truths in the next couple months.